edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the WWE Backlash Predict the Outcome. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Join us here on the Backlash Predict the Outcome. Coming up here on the Backlash Predict the Outcome, we'll have matches for Backlash tonight. As you see right here on the thumbline, Bad Bunny taking on Damian Priest, one-on-one in the Japan Puerto Rican street fight. Well, Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, a bad blood that started the night after WrestleMania, and many people are still shocked and surprised. Also, too, we'll get to what's going on with Triple H. Triple H announcing at the Backlash press conference about the World Heavyweight, the status of the World Heavyweight title, and what matches are going to go forward to determine a new World Heavyweight champion. We get things started with the Backlash Predict the Outcome. It starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Backlash Pro Wrestling Show Predict the Outcome. I'm your host, as always, here, Kendra Dix, along by myself. Thank you all for watching the Backlash Pro Predict the Outcome here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Got a little tongue tap, but I'm here. Thank you, live. We are live and in living color. Thank you all. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to join in the conversation by using the hashtag, like I said, Pro Wrestling. And hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe. This is live and in effect. So we got a lot of matches to get to. We're going to get things started with a lot of matches. We're going to get things started with the match that everyone's been buzzing about. It's going to be a double main event, as you can tell right here. A double main event right here. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes tonight. Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, double main event at Backlash. But we'll get to that coming up in a couple of weeks, a couple of minutes. We got other matches as well featuring on Backlash tonight. So we're going to get things started with this. The United States Championship is on the line. As you see, champion Austin Theory, the United States champion, defends his goal against Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley in a triple threat match. Like I said, this match right here is built on nutrition. Austin Theory coming off a win over WrestleMania, over John Cena, being John Cena, the way he did. Theory theorizes that he is the next upcoming star of WWE, and he might be right, the upcoming rising star. Many people had did that with Cena a couple years ago. Now Theory says it's his time, and maybe his time as the Theory had got drafted to SmackDown. So Austin Theory could be keeping the championship on SmackDown, thus. But Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed have been embroiled in a feud with Theory, and they've been beating each other up. The both big men want to prove that they are the top best on their when they was on Raw. But this match now is when you think about a throwaway match between these three men. Theory, the rising star out of the group. But Bronson Reed has been impressive as a big guy. Bronson Reed has been impressive doing his thing, taking out Lashley, and this be probably the final time for Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed to have another go. They'll probably have another go down the road. But I look at it like this. Lashley is not going to win this match. Reed, he might put some agility. He might steal some pins to get the win. But like I said, Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley are going to first beat the crap out of each other. That's what they're going to do. But Austin, I look at it like this. Austin Theory will find a way and figure a way to sneak in a win and get the win and retain the United States Championship, thus moving to SmackDown, keeping his momentum at what he had did earlier at WrestleMania last month when he took on John Cena with that low blow. Well, look for Theory to retain the U.S. Championship over Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. So Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed might have to move forward with other opponents. I can see Lashley fighting Roman Reigns down the road. We don't know when or where, when that's going to happen, but it could be soon as possible, probably at least SummerSlam or something. So, like I said, Austin Theory, your winner and still United States champion. Speaking of championships, speaking of WrestleMania, this is a match right here that a lot of people are talking about at Puerto Rico. Rhea Ripley defends in her first title defense. She defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Selena Vega. Rhea Ripley, this is a small woman. Selena Vega, David versus Goliath situation. Rhea Ripley won the SmackDown Women's Championship this past last month at WrestleMania, winning the championship as she had did over Charlotte Flair. But things getting a little bit spicy, and I mean spicy between these two women. Selena Vega, when you look at a mismatch, you think Selena Vega won't have a chance. Selena Vega, under the guidance of her mentor Rey Mysterio, saying that she could do it. She can do it. But Dominic Mysterio, you gotta watch him. He plays a hand in this. He might interfere and help Rhea retain a women's championship. So Rhea Ripley is strong, powerful, and dominant, like she did at WrestleMania. It was one of her best matches at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair, taking Charlotte to the limit and winning the match. And Rhea Ripley now the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Like I said, Rhea Ripley has the opportunity, but this is a far cry to what Zelina Vega is getting herself into. And Rhea Ripley saying that Zelina Vega is lucky and she's gonna stay lucky as she always have stayed lucky. Look for Rhea Ripley to win over Zelina Vega and retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. We don't know what's gonna go happen forward with the women's title since Rhea will be staying on Raw, and we don't know the status, the situation of the belt swap. They haven't given us an update on it and see how that's going to go down. But I got an idea that Rhea might be the new Raw Women's Champion and do that belt switch once again, how they did before. So, like I said, Rhea Ripley will retain her SmackDown Women's Champion of Selena Vega. But, like I said, Rhea Ripley did last night try to entertain the notion and stuff when Rhea teamed up with Dominic to take on Ray and Selena. Like I said, that match was a little bit of a barn burner, but we'll get to it coming up with the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest situation coming up a little bit later in the show. Well, speaking of another women's championship match that people are buzzing about and talking about, we know that this is the match right here. Bianca Belair defends her Raw Women's Championship against Io Sky. This match was a throwaway for Raw. Now both women have been drafted to SmackDown, so we don't know the status of the Raw Women's title. Well, we kind of got an idea of what's going to go down, but like I said, Bianca could be the next SmackDown Women's Champion. But Bianca's more set in on becoming the longest reigning Women's Champion in the modern era. Bianca Belair, a dominant champion, winning the championship at last year's WrestleMania in Dallas. Bianca Belair wants to prove her worth, improve her stock and stuff. Io Sky has been amazing as well. Io Sky wants to showcase her abilities, her skills and stuff that what she can do in the ring. But like I said, I mean, this is Io gonna put up a fight, but Bianca's gonna retain her women's championship over Io. Told you, Io became number one contender by winning a fatal 5-way. That's how Io won. But now Bianca closing in to becoming women's champion by Monday at 400 plus reign. So 400 days as a reign as women's champion. So there's a lot going on. So look for Bianca Belair to retain her Raw Women's Championship and sooner or later become the new SmackDown Women's Champion with the belt switch. All right. We'll be back we'll get to more of the Backlash. This is the first half of the Backlash predicted outcome. We'll get to the second half a little bit later on in the show. We're going to get things cooking with Wrestling Hot Topics on Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to wish this. We want to wish WWE commentator, WWE star Pat McAfee and his wife congratulations on welcoming a newborn baby girl. We know Pat McAfee has a lot on his plate. Pat McAfee did appear at WrestleMania, defeating The Miz. Now, McAfee welcomed his daughter into the world. along with his wife. So congratulations to Pat McAfee on the bundle of joy that Pat has to have in his life. Speaking of that, Matt Cardona, could he be coming back to WWE? We're hearing reports that Matt Cardona and Impact have parted ways. For sure, they'll still do business, but they were doing the handshake agreement. Don't know what's going on with Matt. I think Impact wants to sign talent and close in. Matt wasn't interested in that. I don't know what's going on with WWE or AEW. I don't know what Matt Cardona's doing. I guess he don't want to be tied in and tied up. So I can understand that. Matt Cardona, I can see him back in WWE. His wife's back, and he's likely going to be back in WWE sooner rather than later. Also, too, Tamra Stock, who was shown at SummerSlam with Davison, that winning Olympic medals, they signed a deal with WWE, and she will report to the Performance Center on Monday. Tamra Stock was excited, happy, elated, but her goal is she wants to be there winning the main roster in 1 year. That's her goal, and congratulations to Tamra on that goal. Speaking of that, Trinity, better known as Naomi, she made her debut this week on Impact. She kind of led the role of what the landscape is. She was talking about being talked to and being talked down to. Kind of know who that said that Vince or John Hayes or both of them. She felt like she was unhappy and she wanted a new change of scenery, and she found it in Impact. And she's aiming to become Knockouts champion. So nothing wrong with that. As long as you can keep your goals up and do it and be free on what you want to do, you do it. Also, too, Tony Khan wished everybody was closing in on the All In in London, winning the stadium and all. Tony Khan wishing the fans that they're growing, the seats are filling up the gate. They want to sell this out. What way to sell out? Then what you gotta do? This is an indication. This is a map of the arena and how close they are to selling out. So you have a good idea and a good indication of what's going on. So if you selling out somewhere around the later, who knows? But it's a good thing. You can tell and see how everything is going to be playing down to it. So, I think that's kind of it for a hot topic. We're going to move back forward to the Backlash. Predict the outcome for the second half. We're going to do it right now. Speaking on the second half of Backlash, predict the outcome. This is a huge 6-man tag team match that everyone's been buzzing about and talking about right here. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the undisputed tag champions, teaming up with Riddle to take on former tag team champions and longest reigning tag team, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. And they're teaming up with Solo Sikoa. What's interesting is last year's Backlash had a 6-man tag, and you had Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Riddle teaming up against the Usos and Roman Reigns. So a year later, we got 3 men out, 3 men back in. So it's been like that. But the Usos have been put on notice by their tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is unhappy of what they have been doing. Roman Reigns been unhappy since they lost the tag team championships to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. I think that WrestleMania match was the main event and WrestleMania Saturday for night 1. And now, like I said, the Usos want to get redemption and want to please their tribal chief and see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won the tag team titles the way they did in that miracle match. Well, we tell you this, the miracle could be a bra, as the Usos must find a way to win, and Solo Sikoa could be the dark horse in that match. Solo Sikoa could be the man that could help lead them in a token of victory. We know that it was a brawl going on in Sudan between the teams that's going to kick off. It could be a tornado style match, a hardcore match, or however you want to put it.
Well, it's kind of tough to figure out who's gonna win this match. And I think right here, Sami, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa will win that match. They'll find means and find ways to cheat to please their tribal chief, and they got to go back to the drawing board. I think Matt Riddle is trying to help try to figure out Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and what they're going to do going forward. But like I said, this is going to be that. But like I said, the winners of the match, Solo Sikoa with the pinfall to help the Usos win the match, win that 6-man tag team match. We'll see that. Speaking of that, a match that came out the blue. This match right here didn't have no build up or nothing like that. We know that um Almost would take on Seth Rollins, and they showed it, and it was just kind of out of the blue. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do, building Almost like he's a giant. Almost was in a match at WrestleMania last year against WrestleMania this last month against Brock Lesnar. He lost, and many people thought Almost was going to put out Brock Lesnar was going to put on Almost. I knew that wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen. But it's just that Seth Rollins been had to prove himself, and he had to really prove himself. I think Rollins going to win by using multiple chair stumps, and then he would turn his attention to the World Heavyweight Championship, to win that belt on Raw and get some grounding. Speaking of the World Heavyweight Championship, Triple H was at the Backlash press conference. Triple H announced a tournament to crown new World Heavyweight Champion. The tournament will start on Raw and it will continue on SmackDown. And when I really thought about this, I'm like, Triple H said that it was a Raw exclusive title. It was gonna be separate. But why are you having SmackDown stars fighting for the championship? Which that don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense having SmackDown stars competing for the world title. And what they're gonna be moving on. If they win the title, they're gonna move automatically back to Raw, which that don't make no sense whatsoever. People who are on Raw should be fighting for the title. That makes me think that they don't have enough credible stars enough for Raw or SmackDown. And they just they can't. They talking about WWE's bigger than everybody else. I mean, you will have bigger stars, but WWE put themselves in that pigeonhole, and they got to put themselves out of that hole. And that's why I say, like, Triple H, they should have thought that through. It's a Raw belt. It needs to be exclusive to Raw and exclusive to stars that own Raw. Have 3 members of the Judgment Day compete for it. You know, that makes sense to me. Have 3 members of the Judgment Day compete for it. You got stars. You're building Dominic. So have Dominic showcase his moves or something into the match or something. But they don't want to do that. They want to be crazy enough to do something, be brazen enough. We know that Cody Rhodes might be a favorite. He might want to enter himself in that tournament and stuff. We know that Bronson Reed might want to end the tournament. You know, a lot of possibilities. Seth Rollins. I mean, it just make most sense to me. It just they don't think, and I think Triple H kind of like playing with pulling people's tuck screens. I don't think he's doing. He always does that, but that's his business. That's how he do his business, his scheme of things, doing stuff like that. And maybe Vince probably in his ear telling him what to do and what to say and stuff like that. But it don't matter. But at the same token, it really don't make no sense. But hey, it is what it is for their own purposes and stuff. So we'll see that. We'll see the world title tournament will start this Monday on Raw and will continue on SmackDown. There will be 2 triple threat matches on both shows. The winner of those shows will meet later that night. So 2 triple threat matches on Raw, 2 triple threat matches on SmackDown. Those 2 matches, the winners of those 2 matches will meet in the main event of both Raw and SmackDown later that night. They could just do it in the main event of next week and then it continued on. They will meet that following week at Night of Champions for the championship later on this month. So it's a lot going on for them. I think Triple H should have planned it out. That should have been Raw, not SmackDown. Raw. But things happen for a reason. So hey, it is what it is. Speaking of that, a match that everyone's looking forward to right here. A match that I'm looking forward to. This is the match right here. Cody Rhodes goes 1-on-1 against Brock Lesnar. Now, man, Cody Rhodes had did a rah-rah speech like he do, like Triple H does. Like they got to build up the crowd and build up the anticipation. Cody Rhodes getting major revenge after what Brock Lesnar did to him the night after WrestleMania. Brock was teaming up with Cody against Roman Reigns and Soa. Well, when the bell rung, Brock came out of nowhere and attacked Cody and dropped Cody like a bad habit, beating him up to pillar the post. Cody Rhodes want that measure of revenge. Cody wants Brock Lesnar, and Cody Rhodes will get Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes was the one to admit that he is afraid of Brock Lesnar, but he's gonna take the fight to Brock, and he wants to beat Brock for what he did to him, for stooping him and setting him up the way he did. I can get Cody's fire and passion. Cody wants the shot and wants a rematch against for the undisputed title. Since Cody will be on Raw, he could go for the world title, and we know Roman will stick around and be moved to SmackDown and bring the WWE title with him to SmackDown and the Universal title. Those two titles, it's 3 world active world titles. But Cody Rhodes didn't make mention he wants to take care of business just like his daddy used to do. TCB, take care of business. And the way he's gonna take care of business, he has to take out Brock Lesnar. It's gonna be an impossible task to do so. But everyone wants to know who. Everyone wants to know from me who's gonna leave Backlash with their dignity and their humanity. I say this: Cody Rhodes might put up a fight, but ain't no way. Brock Lesnar is way too big, way too combative, way too destructive. Brock Lesnar is a monster and a beast. Look for Brock Lesnar to dominate Cody Rhodes. Cody's gonna put in a fight, but he's gonna have to be derailed again after what Brock Lesnar like to do. Brock Lesnar even did that. Cody wants a piece of Brock. Cody took out the security guards and stuff. And I think this was gonna happen to that nutrition. Brock Lesnar, the cowboy, after Cody Rhodes said that Brock is no cowboy. He's been around cowboys. And I think Cody was talking about his dad. And Cody wants that measure of revenge. But like I said, look for Brock to win over Cody, beat Cody down from pillar to post and pummel him and probably put Cody in discretion. That's just my opinion. And finally, the main event. The main event. This is one of that Cody and Brock match was one of the main events. This one right here could be the main event tonight. I think it will be the main event because all them folks went crazy on SmackDown yesterday. Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican native take on another fellow Puerto Rican native, Damian Priest. Both matches, is in Puerto Rico. The right time, the right moment, the right city. You have to make this the main event tonight. Well, things got a little bit started and heated at the press conference as the Bad Bunny had confronted Damian. Damian didn't like what Bad Bunny was doing, and Bad Bunny slapped Damian and walked away from the press conference. Damian looking for a measure of revenge. The only way to do so is to beat Bad Bunny. Well, remember I told you earlier in the show that on the Judgment Day and the LWO had their confrontation on SmackDown last night, and the confrontation continued on earlier when Dominic and Rhea Ripley teamed up to take on Ray and Zelina. The match didn't go so well, but until Bad Bunny showed up. Bad Bunny showing up with his crew. Bad Bunny wanted to get his hands on Damian after what Damian Priest done to him. This goes back after WrestleMania. If you can recall, Damian Priest and Bad Bunny were the closest of buds. They was tight. They was thick as thieves. Now things have changed. As Damian hangs around the Judgment Day, and Bad Bunny, now the new official member of the LWO. We know that this match is going to have a lot going on. Um, like I said, I mean, we kind of know who's going to win. It's kind of predetermined in a way who's going to win the match. So look for Bad Bunny to get his win over Damian Priest in the Puerto Rican street fight. We know Puerto Rico is known for hardcore matches. Abdullah the Butcher, um, Dirty Dutch Mantel, Terry Funk, Ric Flair, um, Carlos Colon is a list of Puerto Rican stars, and now Bad Bunny and Damian Priest will be added to that list in that sport Joran Puerto Rican street fight. So we'll get to see that coming at Backlash. So look for Bad Bunny to emerge victorious over Damian Priest in their street fight later tonight. All right. Like we said, we're gonna end the pro wrestling show. We know that a little quick note on SmackDown, Roman Reigns return. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, returns. Can the Usos get on the same page with Solo Sikoa and take out Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Brad Riddle? We have to wait and see later tonight. Also, too, the women's tag team titles will be online. Bayley and Dakota Kai will take on Real Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, another cleaner. So we'll see that match as well. But we're gonna end that with this. Bad Bunny. Could he remain victorious in his match against Damian Priest? I think so. This is gonna be the good feel good moment of the night. Bad Bunny leaving Puerto Rico with a win. So for me being Kendrick Dick saying so long for us doing the pro wrestling show, predict the outcome for WWE Backlash. We'll see you this Monday for the Raw Ring Report on a brand new Raw with a new roster. See you later and have a good weekend.